Shalom, shalom. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. Website is www.spiritandtorah.com. It is the 24th day of the 7th month, the day in which the Nehemiah fast began. Also, it happens to be the day that I believe that Yahshua began his 40-day fast, which terminated just shortly before Hanukkah, which is where he did his first miracle when he turned the water into wine at the wedding feast. I believe that happened during Hanukkah, being the end of the year, end of the Gregorian calendar year. You go 70 weeks forward, you come to the exact time he was crucified and resurrected in the spring of 17 AD. But that is not the topic of this video. The topic of this video is Iran is only 1 month away, 2 weeks away from the atom bomb. And then there's some stuff going on in Syria. Now, everyone, if you've gone to my website, spiritandtorah.com, you know how important Syria in relation to Israel is, because it was Syria and Israel having the most prolific attacks in over 30 years that kicked off the 2300 days that is in Daniel chapter 8. That happened on June 5th, 2011, and it kicked off the final 2300 days that will terminate on Yom Teruah 2017. Well, we have yet another report today, happened today, Tuesday, October 29th, 24th day of the 7th Hebrew month, just after Sukkot here. Rebels conduct new chemical weapons attack in Syria near the Turkish border. So now, rather than it being Assad who launched the chemical weapons attack, now it's the rebels who conducted this chemical weapons attack right there on the Turkish border. And of course, we've seen that with this ongoing internal conflicts, multiple conflicts within Syria, that it's often spilled over the borders, including into Turkey. And of course, we know when it starts spilling over, especially to Turkey, you're again lighting that match to make this a global conflict, which is where we're headed. I had made a prophecy, in fact, that September was going to be a false peace, October was going to be the war, and we were seeing it right here. Right here at the end of October, we got another chemical weapons attack. Now, you tell me, do you think this is just going to be ignored? When all the hoopla happened just in September, when that weapons attack happened that they accused Bashar Assad of doing, you think this is going to get ignored? Of course not. Now, it just came out in the news, October 29th, Tuesday, so this is brand new. But I guarantee you, keep an eye on this, because these chemical weapons attacks is what's going to set things in motion, or continue to set things in motion, I should say, leading to this world war. Now, I want to show something else here, and that's basically what the title of this podcast is about. Iran is only 2 weeks away, weapons-grade uranium. Here's the actual article. Iran, and this is again published today, well, actually yesterday, I'm sorry, October 28th, so yesterday. Iran 2 weeks away from weapons-grade uranium. Tehran already reached point of no return and is installing new centrifuges all the time, yet there is room for optimism about current talks. Yeah, right. There's no optimism about the current talks, trust me. The current president of Iran, he is a two-faced hypocrite, and he says one thing but does another. Iran could produce enough weapons-grade uranium to build an atomic weapon within 2 weeks, and has, in a certain way, already reached the point of no return in its nuclear program. A former senior International Atomic Energy Association official said on Monday. Now, the rest of the world, and especially the United States, they're sort of asleep at the wheel, and they think that they can still make peace with Iran. But Israel, I guarantee you, Israel is paying very close attention to what the International Atomic Energy Association is saying. And if they are saying, and keep in mind, the International Atomic Energy Association is an independent body of observers. It's not affiliated with any country or nation. It's not biased toward Israel or anyone else. If they are saying in their own independent assessment that Iran is now 2 weeks away from being able to build an atomic bomb, I guarantee you Israel and the Mossad are not going to delay. So, folks, we are at the door. We are at the door of World War III. We are at the door of the false Armageddon, the one that everyone's going to think is really Armageddon, but in fact will be a war that will result in the destruction of Damascus, the Psalm 83 war, and in the aftermath of this global nuclear war, we will see the son of perdition arise. The United States is going to get knocked out. I'm living in the United States, we're going to get knocked out. There's going to be a tsunami that's going to hit. There's going to be nuclear war. Russia and China are going to strike without warning. It's going to happen. It's going to happen in these next 6 months. We're going to get wiped out. The Western powers are going to go down. We're going to reap what we've sown. And that, of course, is going to cause a major power shift because the United States is the only superpower in the world right now, but not for long. And once the United States falls, there's going to be this huge power vacuum, and the son of perdition is going to rush in to fill it, because we are very close now to the time when, in Revelation 12, Yahshua is going to give the signal to Michael and his archangels to gather their arms and to cast Lucifer and the devils out of heaven. Right now, Lucifer stands before the throne accusing the saints day and night. He's the accuser of the brethren. He accused Job, and he accuses us now today. But he's about to get thrown down, and as soon as he gets thrown down out of heaven to earth, he's going to fill the son of perdition. And that will happen. He's going to commit the abomination of desolation on March 11th, 2014. For more details, see my website. And then, of course, shortly thereafter, Yahshua is going to gather his faithful ones, his Philadelphia, Phileo believers, those who are abounding in love toward each other, is going to gather us supernaturally to the safe place by April 10th, 2014, which is 1,260 days before the Feast of Trumpets 2017. Now, there was another article I just read today where he's tying in all the different tetrads that are happening in 2014 and 2015 to why he also believes that Yahshua is returning for his bride in 2017. Of course, Mark Biltz is the one who first discovered this back in 2008. I know Eternal Rhythm Flow has made a lot of videos about it as well. Although both of those guys, you know, they've gotten into selling stuff, and you can't merchandise the gospel, folks. It's not right. Anyway, what he points out, interestingly enough, is that these tetrads also occurred in 1948-49 and 1967-68. Of course, if you know your history, you know that during both of those periods of time was when Israel was engaged in major wars that resulted in a major victory for Israel. The tetrads that happened during 48 and 49, of course, is when Israel birthed into a nation. And then the tetrads that occurred in 67-68, which was the last Jubilee year, was when Jews retook Jerusalem. So now we're coming up to another tetrad, 14 and 15, and this is where Israel will emerge as a superpower, retake its Temple Mount, and it will be the superpower between 2014 and 2017. Unfortunately, the son of perdition is going to be the one leading things in this apostate Israel. But by 2017, the fall feast, Yahshua is going to finally return as King of Kings, the son of David, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and he is going to take up his throne and make Jerusalem a praise in all the earth. Hallelujah. Mark my words. 2017. That's his return. Anyway, shalom. Again, the website's www.spiritandtorah.com. If you do want to join us for fellowship, video and audio fellowship, so it's like a real fellowship, you get to see people and talk to them. We do prayer, we do Bible study, we do praise and worship, we do laying on of hands in terms of asking people to get oil and anoint each other or whatever. We do all of this every night. You meet at 7 p.m. Oregon time, 10 p.m. Eastern time on Skype every single night. It's even more special Friday nights because that's Erev Shabbat, the opening of the Sabbath day. That's a very special meeting. But every single night we meet for those who wish to join. So if you want to, contact me through my YouTube or the website, and I'll be happy to provide you with the information to join us on Skype. The Skype is a completely free program that you can download, and you don't even need a webcam. If you just have audio, you can listen in. But in fact, we have one girl who doesn't have a camera or audio, but she can still hear us. So she just is there and listening. And sometimes she gets on her phone, and we can hear her if someone knows her phone number. Anyway, anyone's invited who wants to come. Just make sure that you're living holy. Hallelujah. Again, this is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. The website is www.spiritandtorah.com.